And we're live. We made it.
Hello.
Hello.
OBS is a git.
Oh, God, you're not kidding. Hang on a second. There, I feel like I'm dressed now.
The king has his crown.
Yes. Oh, God. What a thing. What a thing of complete annoyance.
Oh, bless you, young man.
No matter what I did, nothing would go right on there. Trying to organise the screen, I don't know why the aspect ratios of the two images just wouldn't go right. Hello, everybody. We're live. We were away a week. Hope you've missed us because we're back. Welcome to episode 21 of Tales from the Ohm.
Oh, we're 21? We're legal?
We're 21 now. Give me the camera, right. I can chill now. Right, I can chill completely. Hello.
Ooh.
I'll let you say hello to everyone in chat since you've already been doing it while I was busy. So who we got in chat today?
I was getting loads of abuse, so it was fab.
Was your boyfriend in there?
Oh, young Jake's here, yes. Yes, playing with his Photoshop again. He'll go blind.
Jake, the thing is, though, I haven't seen any on the Tales from the Ohm Facebook page yet, though.
No. Not happening. So in chat we have 901. We have Mr. Richards. Good afternoon, sir. Bronco Monk. Good morning. Chunk. What's your mate? Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans was here well early.
He was.
Bless him. Ben has a plethora of media surrounding him at the minute. So there's F1 on the telly. There'll be football on the laptop. And I believe Ben's watching us on his mobile. So my mix change. Hephaestus, thank you for the hit the thumbs up message. Jake, deviant. Clev Arnold, good afternoon, sir. Manic, hello, mate. Rachel, Mom.
Rachel Huggles.
See, I don't get Huggles. Rachel gets Huggles. I don't get Huggles. Stuart, how you doing, mate? And last but by no means least, Timmy.
And 901. Who's 901?
I have no idea, but it's a cheeky swine.
Yeah. Yes, we are all old. Yes, we are getting old. Oh, definitely old. And Tom. Good to see you, Tom. And Chuckmeister. Little old chunky baby.
Tom's had some good stuff going up on Facebook.
Seriously, yeah, he has. His channel's been doing really good as well. I've been enjoying
Good afternoon, Tetley. Oh, blimey. Walks in the room, takes a pop shop at the chunk. Oh, there we go. Horsham doesn't do any social media, so it's okay. It's all in his head.
Oh, bless him. Well, 901, it's nice to have you commenting, kidder. I remember 901s. They were a while back. And 801s.
901?
Yeah, connections. 510s, 901s, 801s. Back in the day.
Well, yes.
The days.
See, I'm a mere Ben compared to you, son.
Yeah.
I was here for the boom.
Yes, I was here before the boom. My day started okie dokie, then boom. Honestly, I feel rough as a... Honestly, I think, literally, I'm not kidding, I think I've had about 2 or 3 hours, Kip, since Friday.
Not good.
No, honestly, I feel rough as a dog. Absolutely rough. Jan came down about a fortnight ago and she started with it. And honestly, it's just manic stomach cramps. You'll eat something and then in a bit after you just... No, I'm not running to the toilet or all like that. that I wished I were. But I mean, farting, Jesus Christ, it's even making me feel sick. Honestly, windy pops or what? I've got seriously mega windy pops, and it's so like it's not nice, but it's so like it's one of them windy pops that when you're laid in bed, you think, "Oh, I'll let that one go." You daren't because it just feels like if I let this one go, I'm gonna shit myself. So I mean, so like you're just about to nod off. And you get
too much detail there.
You're getting these rumblings, you're thinking, do I trust it or don't I? And it's like, I best not trust this one. So obviously that's why I keep on. And then you get to the toilet and it's just, and you think, oh, why? So that's what's happening with me at the present moment. Just like let the whole world know what's going on.
So you're feeling rough and paranoid.
Yeah.
As Rachel's just commented, TMI, Mark. TMI. Oh, yeah, and you've just caused irreparable damage to Bronco's keyboard because there's now copy all over it. Thank you.
Well, let's face it, you've all been there. You know you have. It's sort of like, I don't trust this one. I just don't.
Nothing guaranteed to make you twitch more than a shart. But anyway, good afternoon, Hip Hop. Thank you for joining us, mate.
Hey, get out. Voca, hey, buddy.
So, as you can tell from Mark's monologue, sorting out the big box giveaway was fun on Friday and fragrant, should we say. But anyway,
Oh, God.
more of that,
You can't.
and I mean the giveaway, not the no. More of that later.
So, yeah, I don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel very well at all.
You're asking for sympathy of this lot.
Well,
There you go. Jimmy's got the cured peppermint cordial in his shot glass with hot water. It's not nice, but we'll clear everything out in one massive event. Oh.
oh, dear.
Dear Lord.
Terrible.
Well,
So I mean, I was supposed to, honestly, I was supposed to be doing my up and closes. I ain't done my up and closes yet.
I should hope not, because the mind boggles what they'll be of.
Oh, dear. So, yeah, I've been snuggled up on couch watching Star Trek.
Oh, bless you. Bit of 5 of 9 to make you feel better.
Oh, it's a bit earlier than that, yeah, at the moment.
Oh.
Very early Voyager. Well, that's what's on, is it Horror TV or whatever they call it, Horror Channel?
Horror Channel, yeah. Yes. Well, we've got a little bit of movie news to talk about later as well, so.
Oh, yeah, I've got a bit of movie news and all.
Excellent.
Something a bit strange for everybody, and yeah. Oh, watch John Wick and all. John Wick 3.
Enjoyed it?
It were a good film. It wasn't a crap film. It were a good film, but I don't think it's on par compared to the 1 and 2.
No.
Nowhere
I must admit,
near.
I agree with you
I
on
think
that one.
they were emphasising more on the fighting than the actual story. Yes, there were a story in there, but
It definitely felt more action scene, little bit of dialogue, action scene, little bit of dialogue.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
what was the playlist on the 50th? The playlist on the 50th included Agadoo, which is why I was outside on the sun deck with other members of my family.
Oh, you didn't push that pineapple. Oh,
No,
grind the
I'm not
coffee.
kidding. My beans are well and truly untouched, thank you. No, I found my cousins that become a vapor, so we were sat outside having a chunter, and everybody else seemed to gravitate towards it. So, good afternoon, MBK. How's it going, Danny? So yeah, it was interesting.
Hmm.
You know, I missed being here. I must admit.
Yes. Yeah. I know it sounds daft, but you know how you get into that routine of doing things. It's sort of like, oh,
Mm.
it feels a bit weird. This.
Felt like I
I
was
just
away
kept.
in school.
I just kept on thinking that I'm sure there's something I should be doing. So yeah, I did miss actually last week.
Oh, bless you. Right.
Is it your
Well,
birthday, Danny? Oh, bless. Happy birthday, kiddo.
happy birthday, mate.
21 again, eh?
Well, hopefully you going to Expo, Danny. Oh,
It's
it's
his
tomorrow.
birthday tomorrow. Well, many happy returns, kiddo, for tomorrow. Big
Indeed.
manly hugs for you.
Not so big now.
Yeah, well, this is true. Yes, very, very true.
If you've not seen Dan's story about his weight loss on YouTube, make sure you check it out.
Yeah.
'Cause,
He
you know,
ain't off
proper-
doing well.
proper to him.
Well proud of him.
Right. So, what you sucking on?
That's right.
With your reputation.
Oh, with my reputation. Girls' dormitory at this time of night.
Of course.
I'm sucking on mainly Coke at the present moment, but if you're talking about vape things, I am on the Monster. This was kindly sent from Hip Hop Juice Monster. That should be out this week, hopefully, if I'm well enough to get the sorted out. On that, I've got underneath there is the V. I still love this mod. Nice and
Can't beat
simple.
it.
Yeah, I've got a bit of juice on there. Just filled it up. So on that, and I'm still on the vintage, a little bit left. There's not much left of that. Can you see? It's just hardly there. On the vintage raspberry sherbet, still enjoying that thoroughly. And this is going, how long have I had this on this now? It must be 2 months. Is the Kylin M Mesh. I still can't believe that I'm still doing that, and I've got juice on this as well. On the Hex with Deluxe Pancake Man. That is it. That's all I am vaping on today. I've got loads of other stuff, but yeah, that's all I'm vaping on.
Bless you. Well, all I've got in my hot, sweaty little hand is two this afternoon.
Oh,
So,
that
yeah.
works. Yes, I am a bit juicy.
Oh, I say.
Hello, Paul.
Dear Lord. Yes, the Asvape Micro, for those that didn't see it on Thursday,
Oh,
picked
it's
it up.
nice.
Took it across to Mark's on Friday when we were sorting out the giveaway, and it's not a bad vape, is it, mate?
That I am well impressed with. I've got to admit, I am really mega impressed. Did you find out what the internal battery is?
No, I forgot, and I must. So while I'm going on, I shall Google foo.
Oh, no. People want to know these information.
All right.
But actually, on a serious note, that was a nice vape. It really was. That black currant that you had in it as well. That was nice.
650 milliamp.
Yeah, Gav, I love my V. Absolutely corking. It's a right workhorse. No messing about. How much is in it?
According to this, it said 650 milliamp, but by God, that seems a bit low.
650. That does surprise me. I thought it'd be at least 1,000.
Well, that's what I'm a bit... Let me check another side, for I trust you not. But whatever, I mean, the quality of the build's banging. The actual power it does whack out, even if it is.
Yeah, I've tied all my juices up.
Dear
Can you
Lord.
tell this is a really seriously informal
Right.
show today, isn't it?
That is much better. It's a 1,100 mAh battery
I
with
thought
a 2 mil
so.
tank. Well, it pumps out. I mean, maximum wattage on it's 30, and by God, it's absolutely cracking.
It's a great little, even so like, considering it's fairly airy, how you had it, you could still mouth some on it as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, I tried it this morning. Turned the the airflow right down. I wouldn't say it's the tightest drawer I've ever had, but by God, we're getting there.
Perfect.
So,
I tell you one thing, that would be ideal for someone that's in an office that works, in that kind of, or works in a shop or something like that, that can just pop out for a couple of 5 minutes to have a quick, and then back in.
Some
Perfect, because it's
Nick
nice and
salts in
light, but it's quite small as well. But brilliant for that.
And the 10mm Nick salts I had in, you still get a fair old throat hit off it.
Oh God, you're not kidding. That was nice. I did like it.
Good afternoon, Jackie. Lovely to see you. Right, and the other we've got is the VK Flash with the Zeus X on top with the single coil. And in that, I've got the watermelon on ice.
You got SAF.
Well, yes, but it's
SAF.
It's Vape Airways, the South African flavour.
Oh, is that what it is? South African flavour?
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that.
Well, South African flight. It's airline related anyway. Hip hop can probably tell me. He's shouting at me now. And in the micro, I've got the salts watermelon, and that's lovely. Am I the only fool that waves back?
No, I wave.
No, thank you, Jackie.
Oh, that's lovely, that. It's just that thought that's sat there going back.
It's just cheered me up, that.
Yeah, it really has.
Oh, bless. Right. So, that's the buffet out of the way. Shall we tell the good folks what we did the weekend before?
We can, but do you want to answer the question in chat?
I do apologise.
Stuart wants to know how you're getting on with your single coil.
Absolutely banging, Stuart. It's rewicked it yesterday morning. It was getting a bit bleh. The only thing I found is with the bigger single coil, whether I'm putting too much cotton in, because it seems to be bisecting the cotton after a while.
All right.
I think I'm getting
You got too high a temperature then.
Is it? I'm surprised at that.
What are you
Must have
vaping
a hot
at?
spot. Between 52 and 55.
You've got a hot spot then. Definitely, because obviously you've still got your cotton, but it's burning out in middle. You've got it probably a little bit too tight, and you've probably got a hot spot.
But I like it tight.
What can I say? What can I say?
Oh, Chunk's gone old school. He's got a bottle of Lost Art Cottontail Cream.
Ooh.
I ain't heard of that for a while.
No, I haven't.
What's a hot spot?
What's a hot spot not?
Thanks, Telly.
Oh, dear.
Yes. So, Stuart, to answer your question, loving the single coil setup, mate.
So, the weekend.
Yes, not this one gone, because obviously I was at the Golden. Oh, no, it was this one gone, wasn't it? Yeah.
It seems a long time ago, doesn't it?
It was the Saturday. The Saturday, we were kindly invited to the Hemp and CBD Expo. Absolutely brilliant expo. Very different feel to the Vape Expo. Hugely different.
But it's very similar as well.
Yeah. A lot more chilled feel. A lot more chilled. No boom, boom, boom in the background.
Oh, God, no, it was lovely. It was absolutely brilliant. Do you know, the first thing that I liked about it, it was minus the boom, boom music. And every vendor that you went to, you could talk to them. They were ace. You could actually have a conversation without shouting at them.
Well, we did. And there was a number of... there was a business corner where they were doing sort of talks and various presentations. And then there was a public area with some very informative chats going off.
Oh, God, you're not kidding. especially the main stage part.
Mm.
The talks that were going off. I mean, there were two. There were the main stage, and there was like a small stage, wasn't there? And the conversations were absolutely brilliant.
Too. I mean, unfortunately, the main speaker didn't turn up, which was Dr. Christian. But what we did, the doctor from Canada that replaced him,
Yeah.
absolutely fascinating half hour. She's been doing some PhD research on cannabinoids and their effect on sex.
Yeah, that was good.
And you can imagine that, you throw that out over the PA and everybody's, you could tell the old boys, because the old boys' heads turned as soon as they went, oh, yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I liked about it? And I know this, I'm definitely not dissing at all the vape community. But when people was actually talking, especially about the advocacy side of it and things like that, it were full, it were packed. There weren't a seat empty, it were full. Everyone was interested. Whereas, so like the vaping community, you might get a few people sat around listening to it. And I thought that was quite interesting.
It was. I mean, the passion that was there was palpable.
Mm.
And we also met some, obviously Mark and I, we're just wandering around and
was not a clue.
Well, we got chatting to various people, and I'd like to say a big thank you to the guys over at the Peng stall, who kindly let us have a try of their e-juice.
Yeah, what was the one that you've got to try? What flavour were it?
Big cheese.
Yeah.
Which is a strain, and then there was the pineapple big chunk, which has given me some of the best night's kip I have had in a very long time.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I got one of the little ones, the cartomizers, and I ain't tried it yet.
Yeah, but yours is super duper send you into a coma strength, isn't it?
What's it? 3,300?
300.
Yeah.
When you reckon the vape juice starts at 500, 6 times that strength, and yours is pure oil. But I mean, I can't say that it fulfills all the medical claims that I've heard of the various people, but I can say it gives you a hell of a good night's sleep.
I might try it.
Just helps your brain kick out. Yeah, absolutely. Amazing stuff. So I will be sticking a written review up anyway. So that you can expect that on the blog. We also met a couple of lovely guys from Flex, didn't we? Absolutely amazing guy.
Yeah, I mean, we met quite a few people that was. What was that guy? I forget his name. Was it? I've got Jeremy, but it wasn't Jeremy. I know his name wasn't Jeremy. Oh, was it Eugene?
Eugene,
Yeah,
the
Eugene.
PhD researcher.
Yeah, he was fascinating. He was.
Oh yeah. He was doing a PhD, but he was sort of looking at the drug use of various age groups. So he was asking people about their sort of early 20s, 30s, 40s, and then 50s where comparable. And we had an amazing half-hour chat with him, didn't we?
I mean, it was interesting how where he was talking about the different strains, and people of our generation weren't after the high-end stuff. Who was more interested in the normal standard stuff. I mean, we sort of like it was going a little bit over our heads, to be honest with you, and that was quite interesting.
It was. I mean, I'm with you there, Chunk. My days of ruining a Pink Floyd album cover are long gone. But I mean, it was really interesting when you were talking to him because of this, as he put it, the idea that people think if you are a consumer of illicit substances or legal substances, you automatically want the strongest, which wasn't. What he said, without going into way too much detail, was people that were still using, as it were more interested in trying to recreate that high that they got when they were younger. So they weren't looking for, as Mark said, the super turbocharged stuff. They were trying to recreate a situation from when they were back in the 20s. They were after that enigmatic buzz. But,
I mean, when you think about it, we've got it hard enough on our side with the nicotine vaping. They've got it double harder because obviously they've got the nicotine side of it, and then they've got the CBD side of it as well to advocate. It's like very, very hard, but they were so passionate, and that came through. Seriously, came through. Really did.
There were some strange ideas about PG. Yeah, but a lot of the cannabis crowd view PG with extreme suspicion because it's not natural.
Yeah.
But anyway, my crack is Guinness crisps.
Guinness crisps?
I don't think I've ever tried Guinness crisps. What an interesting flavour choice.
Well, I suppose if you get a plain crisp and dip it in your pint.
No. But one of the things we noted, the look. Everybody on those stalls, there wasn't a T-shirt inside. It wasn't everybody was wearing a T-shirt. There was a couple of them around, but mostly it was business wear.
Yeah.
And all the stalls were very austere, very plain, apart from the one that looked like Laura Ashley right at the back of the venue, wasn't it? It was all wicker baskets and floral prints. It's lovely.
It was a nice environment to be in, I've got to admit. Considering we're not a million miles away from each other. We're really not. From vaping to actually that side of it. We're not a million miles away. And considering how we do our expos and how they did theirs, that was definitely more business orientated, I would say, than ours. And it was more relaxed. And what I really did like about it, when you go to especially a Chinese vendor, when you go to expo and you start talking about the review and things like that, they kind of end up being standoffish and don't really want to talk to you, especially if you're a reviewer. When we went to the expo for the hemp side of it, they actually wanted to talk to you.
Oh yeah,
they really did want to talk to you. It was brilliant.
And you got a snuggle, didn't you?
I got a snuggle, yes.
Which I've never seen.
Yeah.
I've been with him on the last two at the vape expos.
Oh yeah.
It's the first time I've seen a stall holder come around the stall and snuggle him like he's a hot water bottle.
Yeah. She was lovely. That was from Flex, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was absolutely divine.
Lovely. Yeah, we got talking because obviously, what with me being a YouTube review, it's very hard for us to do the CBD side of it, which is understandable. But obviously, we can do the hardware side of it. That's not a problem because obviously you can use the hardware side for normal vaping applications. So we got talking and I explained the situation and I said, yeah, that I'd review it. And next minute, I'm getting a hug. Well, yeah, hello. Gaily Bops, Huggles.
Hi, Gaily. Wait a minute, I'm your Huggle buddy. You tell him, Gaily. Horsham, I haven't put a full restraining order on you, dear. Total ban on phones and PC. Have I done something wrong? Julie.
Hello, Julie. Hello,
good afternoon. So yeah, it was really well planned, very organised.
Oh, lovely.
The stage management was brilliant. I mean, it really. I wouldn't say it was completely seamless, but these events never are. You know, but when you've got the speakers on stage, you've got supporting media to the side of it, so you're not just relying on the speaker. You know, which was a lovely touch. Really was a
I
lovely
just thought
touch.
it was really, really, and it put it. We all know that there's a stigma, and you can't get away with it from anything to do with cannabis, anything to do with CBD and things like that. There is always going to be that stigma.
Mm.
And I thought they put their point of view and their respect towards the plant, and that's the way they were saying it. And I thought they put it across absolutely brilliantly.
Mm.
They put it across. It wasn't a bunch of a load of stoners saying, "Man, I want my." It wasn't any of that. It was explaining their experiences. I thought that was absolutely brilliant when they was actually explaining what they do with it and whys and wherefores and everything. And I thought that was really, you came away informed.
Yep.
And that's what I would completely take away from it, is I was educated, informed, and got a lot of information that I just did not know. I mean, I don't use CBD, I don't use hemp or anything like that. I've dabbled when I was a kid, having a joint, but that's as far as I ever gone. But I found it, being an outsider, really, really interesting how they do things. I thought it was really good.
And to be fair, I mean, nearly all the stalls that we spoke to, where we sort of explained we were there for the education on the matter rather than to sort of review, etc. And the amount of people, even though we weren't looking to buy, we weren't showing any interest in buying, whipped out the business card and said, look, if you've got any questions, give me a shout. It was absolutely
brilliant. The
brilliant.
help was unbelievable, and people was embracing the fact that we didn't know and we wanted to know. And I think because obviously we was being totally upfront, being honest, we don't know about this, and I think they actually appreciated our honesty of explaining, so that we don't want to know, but we're trying to learn about it because we're in this side of the equation. People do ask us on a regular basis about it, so like you've got to educate yourself.
But yeah, I mean, you can't, and you know, I've always said, before I pass an opinion on something, I'd rather know about it first, because it's not an opinion if it's not based on fact. So, but no, I mean, there are areas where I think we could learn a lot of them. The two camps are not that far apart.
No, I don't think so.
You know, and the one thing, and this is going to stick a boot into the beehive. What was the comment that I said when we were walking round and we were looking up and down the various sort of rows? And I'm like, this is all very adult orientated. And then you started thinking about it, didn't you? And to be honest, the conversation that followed was, I'll tell you, they're really, I wouldn't say that vaping firms are aiming at kids, because we're not. Yeah? Let's get that out of the way. But the youth market, that sort of became fairly obvious when you looked at where the hemp.
Yeah, we ended up having the conversation. It's trying to get into the mindset of somebody outside of the industry, completely outside of the community, looking in on us, and you can kind of see, so like, yeah, the big boom boom music, the scantily cladded girls, and yeah, you can see where it's coming from compared to how that expo was done.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There were some scantily clad girls.
Yeah, but they was very nicely dressed.
They were. I mean, it was. I think the most revealing thing we I was going to say came across, but that just sounded wrong. uh, I think the most revealing thing there was a tight T-shirt, weren't it? There was no sort of bodysuits or
No.
costumes or ridiculously small skirts. It was all business wear, and some of it was leather, but it was business wear.
That's where it was different. Now, our vapor expos are, I would say they would be more aimed at your 20s, your 20 plus type of people, whereas the hemp side of it was more aimed at a business aim, a little bit more professional.
Definitely. Jake, behave yourself. No lip reading for the deaf.
And Julie is scantily in a bed.
Oh, can we just have a minute's silence while I fully process that sort of comment, please? Oh.
I'm hoping one day that we have a direct webcam.
Any volunteers?
Julie, when are you going to set up that webcam? In fact, I've got a spare Logitech C920, sweetheart. Do you want me to send it?
I'll chip in. Phil just said we're about to lose Jarvis and Mark.
I say.
With our reputation? No. No, but I mean, all in all, it was a much more polished presentation on the products. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are vape firms out there that have got it down pat. I'm trying to think who that store was that looked like the Apple store in May. Right at the entrance where we walked in.
Yeah,
it just looked like an apple.
Oh, yeah, that was so like if you walked onto that stage, you ended up in some strange cult, didn't it? You're so like, oh no, I don't like them. It's like tomorrow's people. Ooh.
Oh God, yeah, it did feel a bit sapphire and steelish,
It
but
did,
it was
didn't it? You got to admit it did. It was so like, come and join us.
But it was a very polished. It was a very polished sort of corporate image they were projecting, wasn't it?
No, that was some like strange occult. No, give me the EBGBs.
But it didn't feel there was none of the skulls, none of the sort of heavy metal influence style graphics. And how many products actually had the leaf on? Because I don't remember seeing that many.
No, it wasn't. It was very businesslike. It was very, very businesslike. It wasn't a party.
No, they were there for a reason.
Yeah, it was so like, well, our expo is more of a party atmosphere, the boom boom music, and whereas this was more business and education.
Now, Jake's just raised an interesting one. Did we see any of that Sebeda flower stuff that looks like weed? Now, following this expo, I did a bit of reading after what they said in one of the talks, that was the advocacy one, wasn't it? Where they were talking about what parts of the plant they can actually use. And apparently, the tips in the flower are the illegal bit. Now, whether their protest, oh God, West Ham have obviously scored. But no, it was interesting.
And Bill wants to be Julie's sub. Mistress Julie.
Whip crack away, whip crack away, whip crack away.
Rawhide. Was it 6 and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me, Bill?
Don't be saying that, you'll set Jake off. So, Paul's just posted a vid on the channel of one of the THC cart survivors. Now, I did see a post from a guy in Texas who'd been hospitalised by one of the carts. And he was straight up about it. Didn't say it had anything to do with vaping. Yeah. He said, I'm in here because I used a THC pod, an illegal THC pod. It was a refreshing change to some of that.
Yeah, but if we're going to get on that subject, you can kind of see why that has happened. You can totally see, right, if it's illegal in their state, they're not going to say, yeah, I've been doing this. 2, if they're underage, yeah, they're not going to, because they're probably shitting themselves because what the parents are going to do to them.
Oh, God, yeah.
So it's inevitable. It's just, unfortunately, the government and the media, yeah.
No, it's all right. It's Paul's comment. I thought Rawhide was bad, but rolling. Oh, my ass is swollen. Keep them doggies rolling, Rawhide. Oh, my God. That's shocking. No, I mean, I can fully understand it, but oh God, Jake, he says he uses ice cubes to stop the swelling.
And Julie called the White House to explain the issue.
I say. Too much to sell online. Yeah. No, fair point, hip hop. He's just said they have blunts made of the Sibida flour. Long story short, too much to sell online. But no, I mean,
getting back to what we were saying, you can tell why it's happened. You can understand totally why it's happened, but common sense has gone out the window. From the media point of view, the CDC point of view, that is just common sense has gone, and even the doctors that was reporting it as well, totally out the window.
I mean, the hysteria has reached fever point. I think not. I mean, at one point it appeared and leads me into news time. At least it would do if my bloody browser hadn't closed itself down. Give me 2 seconds, poos. Because Michigan.
Oh, don't we love Michigan?
Yes, we do love Michigan. But Michigan. 2 bits of news really out of Michigan. So, after the vape community spoke out about Michigan, she decided that she was going to postpone the immediate ban for 2 months to reevaluate. However, as soon as New York announced its flavour ban, she did a 180 and said the ban would go ahead, giving vape businesses just 14 days to destroy, sell or remove all stock. Anyone caught with or selling flavoured vape products would be fined $200 or sent to jail for 6 months. So this annoyed State Rep Beau Lefebvre, who pointed to the UK, saying that vaping is 95% safer than lit tobacco. And he's hoping that Bill 4996 will not only stop the Michigan vape ban, but halt any attempts of similar actions on a federal level. So this is, if you've not seen this is a couple of days old now, but basically Beau Lefebvre has put forward, I think it's Beau that's put forward the bill, which basically stops people from riding roughshod over people's individuals' rights. I'm sure it's not just about vaping, because I'm sure there's other people getting twitchy. You know, there's other habits out there on the hinterlands of society that people don't want to see banned. And what's next? Like we said on Thursday, you know, it's vaping now. What are they going to turn on next?
Yeah. Well, it's like what Gav's just put in. Did you watch Vic's What's Up last night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. To say they've had 3 chances where they could have got away with it scot-free.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're not talking a short period now. We're talking, what, 2-3 years?
3 years. And it's true what Vic says. I've got to admit, it's true exactly what that guy said.
Well, New Jersey have joined New York and Michigan in the madness. And their top lawmaker is now calling for a ban of all vaping and e-cigarette products, not just flavoured pods and e-liquids. So it's starting to look like there's a runaway train heading down the track.
That's what we've got now. I think it's going to be an absolute miracle, and I mean this sincerely, a miracle to stop this now. I think it's just gone full bore. It's a train that's coming.
Well, I mean, it is, but I just hope these politicians appreciate that once all this hysteria dies down and people start looking at the data, there's going to be a lot of very interesting questions levied.
But it's like what Vic said last night. I think they're quite happy to destroy their own career for that money.
Yeah, I can see where that's coming from, but it's... Well,
I mean, come on, let's face it, Paul. I mean, they've been totally against vaping from the start.
They have ignored every bit of clinical data that's come out, and it's just pure... It's almost as if they've joined this hysterical religion against vaping, because that's what it's turning into. It's turning into a cult.
Yeah. It's almost, it's a witch hunt. Top and bottom of it, it's a witch hunt. It's a modern day witch hunt. Top and bottom of it.
If you look at the likes of the... where they were chasing reds under the beds in the States previously and all the rest of it, and what history's taught us about that, if we're all looking at the left hand, what's the right hand doing? Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
There are elections coming up in the States. We talked about this on Thursday.
Hi, Frank.
2020. These elections are due, as are most of the master settlement bonds. Is it not 2020?
Yeah, 2020.
I think it is. This is, at the minute, I can see somebody somewhere with a lot of PR spin is going to try and blame somebody else for all the failures that will be coming to light.
Just let Paul know. No, I haven't, Paul.
Yes, I have, mate. Oh, no.
Not the leaked document.
No, I saw the ones from the Eastern Mediterranean office.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were interested. Frank's just said a lot of the bonds are past due now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it's like what, if I remember rightly, what Vic turned around and said. They've already turned around to him and said that they're delaying it until 2020 to actually pay them back. It's scary, scary times. It really is. And it's all money.
It is. It is.
It's just...
Just to add a little more fuel to the debate, very interesting news from the UK. Home Shores, bless us. And that is UK smoking rates. They are now the fastest, falling faster than they have done in the last 10 years. Yeah. And at the minute, this year, over 10 years, and there's 200 people quitting stinkies every hour. Let that just sink in. So we've got a 2.2 drop in those using lit tobacco just between January and July of this year. So that's not even a full year, and that's a lot of figures.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound it at 2.2, but for the past 8 years, NHS's Backstop Smoking campaign, and it's been run every October for the past 8 years, and that's helped a staggering 1.9 million. Well, this year, obviously, they are backing e-cigarettes as a form of tobacco control, health control. So people can keep an eye out. You will have the Stoptober app, a Facebook Messenger bot, daily emails, personal quit plan. I've tried them before when I was on the fags. Didn't do much for me. This did. This got me off, but but I would say for those it's like Goodfellas. You ain't kidding. Chunk's comment.
Yeah, not kidding.
Where was I? Bum. Yeah, this is just more fuel to the argument for the UK stance on vaping. And it will probably be ignored everywhere else. Paul raised an interesting one about Channel 7, and Mark shared it as well. There was an open letter regarding their biased opinions towards vaping. And then I found the story that appeared to go with the letter. Oh boy.
Did you see that? Did you see that one on what show? I posted on Facebook. It was a late night show, and they was taking the mickey out. They was calling him the vape dad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the late show, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. The vape dad. That was really bad, and that got me thinking. And I watched Regular Watch with Dimitri on it. That was absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Reg Watch, absolutely brilliant channel. And Dimitri kind of made a point, and he really did make a point. One of the problems that vaping has, especially in the States, is actually getting the public to know about it. Because they can't actually get on to places like CNN to voice their actual opinion. That's the problem. So you've got almost a one-sided filter of the public perception of vaping because of that. Because people like us will never ever get on to things like CNN or Fox News or anything like that, because obviously we can't afford it. Top and bottom. Because if you want to put an advert in on television, you've got to have money.
Well, there's an interesting bit here. Following the knee-jerk reactions from various political outposts in the States, Walmart have now pulled all e-cigs.
Yeah, I've heard that. But they're going to sell cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, they're still selling cigarettes, which is absolutely fab. Now, there is a letter going out to the FDA from the vape industry. And they are basically writing on behalf of small business owners in the open vapor industry to request a regulatory process that doesn't kill the industry. And what was the name of the guy from Gorilla Bottles? Beauchamp? If you saw, and I posted this in Facebook, just give me 2 seconds because it's... This speech at the Open Senate hearing in Michigan was brilliant.
Oh, the guy that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did him a great disservice, firstly, by almost taking the mickey out of his name because it was difficult to pronounce. If I could remember it, I know I didn't have that much problems putting it together myself, but he basically turned around and said he'd just spent something like 2 days over at the European Expo. Sorry, South Africa it was. And he turned around and said, if you want to see how to regulate e-cigarettes, it's dead simple. Look at the USA and do the exact opposite. Yeah, and he was very open and honest about it. Yeah, like he said, we don't want kids vaping.
Yeah.
If you've got to regulate it, regulate it. Don't just ban it. The looks he was getting when he turned around and said, there's 15 years worth of data out there if you
it's not the flavours the kids are after.
No, it's the
head buzz. Because
Which you,
because they're doing it at 50 milligrams. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
they're
good.
after. I think that's one of the reasons why it's never took off as greatly here. I mean, all right, yeah, we know. Let's be honest. We know that children are experimenting with e-cigarettes. I mean, I saw a kid in Doncaster yesterday when we were in town, and you know that he must have been what 14, 15 with a little pen in his hand. You know it's happening. We can't say it's not happening, but the buzz, that's what they're after, and it's that 50 mil. It's not the flavours.
well, that was the point that he actually raised and sort of said 50 mil's a hell of a lot for anybody to have. In, whatever size milligram pod it is, it's a hell of a lot. So, oh no, that's Tales from the Evil Empire. I don't think that's us. Tales from the Evil Empire. We missed out on a good title there.
Yeah,
mate.
no, we did. Tell us from the...
I quite like that. So, I believe it was Beauchamp, something like that. And he turned around and said, look, Europe have limited it to 20 milligrams. They are still seeing a huge drop in smoking figures. They're not seeing this bigger problem with the teens, and we're not.
No. But me personally, I wish they'd have dropped it to about 32 instead of 20.
Well, I'm just being
For me personally. But even 32 is a lot better than having 50.
You ain't kidding.
I mean, 50 is sort of like, whoa. I'm going sort of like 50. And that's why I said to you, I mean, when I first tried, I had to go to a Juul. And it was so like, I was so disappointed in a Juul when I first saw one. Really, really disappointed. The fit and finish of the actual pod itself, it's as rough as anything. It's as cheaply made as cheap can ever make.
And that's stupid charging system.
Yeah. And so, like, obviously I had one that was only 20 milligram. And so, like, that was useless, that.
Well, you didn't buy it for the flavour, did you?
You didn't, no, you didn't. that is for sure.
No, I mean, I wasn't impressed. It's not something I would go out and purchase ever.
No.
There's much better systems out there that can do it. Exactly the same job. Here we go. Tales from the... Please bear with. It was... Oh, come on. I know I've got things on, but Charles Archambault. That's the gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And he is brand ambassador, I think, to Europe and Africa for Gorilla Bottles.
Okay.
And he was at the oversight committee on the 12th of September. Well worth catching. It's on the Facebook group for the show. It's not overly long, but by God, does he stick the boot in. And I really wish they'd sort of pan the camera around a bit to actually show the oversight committee's face. Unfortunately, I think, wasn't that the one where they were showing that members of the oversight committee were actually playing various games on the mobiles, not listening whatsoever?
No.
Like we said, follow the money, but never mind.
Well, it's like I said, I mean, I think Vic last night put it into total perspective. Perspective. I mean, if you haven't watched it, go and watch Vic's What's Up from last night. The guy just, yeah.
He nailed it.
He completely nailed it. Absolutely.
And just to finish off on the news, if you are heading over to the United Emirates, for God's sakes, don't take any CBD products with you.
They've been tight on it.
Yeah, the Foreign Office has warned that UK tourists aren't to take any form of CBD product to the UAE. This doesn't just mean CBD containing e-liquids, but any products such as skin lotions, the teas, and I've noticed they've just started making carbonated drinks with the stuff in.
Yeah, we saw that at the expo.
So the official line is, if you're entering the country with medication, the UAE classes as narcotic, psychotropic, controlled or semi-controlled, approval is needed from the UAE authorities. A list of medication where this rule applies can be found on the UAE Ministry of Health's website. And that's about it for the news, other than all this hysteria. I've seen some of the funniest memes I've seen in months flying around the internet.
Yeah, there has been some good ones. There certainly has.
My personal favourite was the one with the two prisoners in the orange jumpsuits, and one saying "What you in for?" and the other one went "Apple pie."
Finally, the message from the Dutch soil that vaping is safe after a targeted investigation from the Maastricht University.
Yeah, that's the article that Tom posted. I didn't realise what he was posting, but apparently it's one of the 3 biggest newspapers in Holland. And it was really refreshing to actually see a positive spin on vaping coming out of Holland.
Yeah.
Because they've really been under the yoke recently.
To be honest with you, I've heard quite a few people and quite a few countries speaking up for vaping this last week as well. It's been quite interesting. It really has. Not everybody is on the anti. Good afternoon, Vic. Hope you're well. Did enjoy your What's Up, Kidder? We've just been talking about you.
Who said steak bake? Who said steak bake? No, we have, Vic. You absolutely nailed it last night, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it. Right, Bill, if you go onto the website, I think if you go to the link in the Tales from the Ohm group page again, click the link, and at the bottom right at the bottom of the page, it should offer you either Dutch or English. It did it automatically on mine, and I haven't got anything new installed, so and it's a cracking read. Yes, think of the children will forever be encased in a Scottish accent for me now.
Well, always will. I love his trump. I love how he just goes. I can't do the voice, but I love it, honestly. Every time Vic does that, it just makes me chuckle. Sorry, Vic. Just makes me chuckle.
Oh, interesting. Done more digging. That 200 billion bailout as of today is now 350 billion.
Jeeps.
Ooh, boy.
Ooh. So we're going to see, it's like what Vic turned around and said, next year we're going to see a financial crisis again.
Oh, yeah. And I wouldn't want to be wondering what I'm going to be paying in taxes next year either.
No. Honestly, Vic, hats off for you for that one, kiddo. Really hats off for you. That was an absolutely brilliant deduction. It really was. Some serious investigation in that bit, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
Ooh, interesting.
Interesting. Some of the big US YouTube money guys are now reporting it. Vic, all I can say is that finger of yours is on the pulse. No, it was brilliant. No, I've hats off to him. Yeah, absolutely hats off to you, Vic. That was absolutely brilliant.
Well, and for making such a dry subject so watchable. Because that's the problem quite often when you get these things. They're actually a bit too dry to actually absorb. Vic's last night, I was between chuckling and jaw hitting the floor.
Afternoon, Sam.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. And no word of it at all on the big US news media outlets, only the BBC.
Interesting.
Well, you've got to wonder whether what's his face? Is it Bloomberg?
Oh, Bloomberg. Oh, bless him.
Yeah. who owns big old chunk of the channels.
Yeah.
And the other one's our Australian friend, isn't it?
Mm.
And I can hear Paul's teeth gently grinding in the background. Well, to be fair, Vic, it's the first time the Beeb's done anybody any favours for a long time, so...
Now, wouldn't it be nice if we could get that information leaked to the actual American media?
Well...
Now, that would be good. If somehow you could get that to the media and getting people knowing about it.
It's whether they're paying you notice, mate.
Yeah, it was like I said before, though, isn't it? It's all to do with money. If you want to get onto media in America, it's all to do with...
Oh, yeah.
Money. How much money you can spend.
You ain't kidding. Right, well, that wraps up the news section.
It does.
It does. So...
Right, thanks ever so much for watching.
Easy, Tiger. So what was your movie news then?
My movie news. Bit boring news, but it's quite interesting for me. I'm a Depeche Mode fan. And they're releasing a film. It's been out in the cinema. I forget what date. I think it's some end of September it is. End of November it is. And it's going to be around cinemas around the world for one day. Just so I'd let you know. I've left my phone downstairs. I had all the information with it, so. But yeah, I like Depeche Mode.
Spirits
of the World.
Spirits in the Forest.
That's it.
That's the one. So it's a new documentary that celebrates the cultural impact of Depeche Mode. Do you think it'll also mention Dave's impact on the drugs market of the world?
Oh, he's a good boy now, by all accounts. He's calmed himself down.
Well, he can't get any worse. I think he got half of Columbia up his right nostril.
Well, he died twice, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the hospital. That was so like 90... Was that 98, 99, somewhere around there?
Oh, he's definitely in Slash territory back then.
Oh, God, yeah. You're not kidding. Yeah, that's the only bit of information. And I watched, obviously, John Wick 3 last night.
Well, yeah. No, fair point. It is, as you say, it's not a patch on the first two. It is literally action scene, little bit of dialogue, action scene, little bit of dialogue. Even Lawrence Fishburne didn't quite pull it off, but I won't say too much because there might be people that haven't seen it.
Yeah,
However,
I wasn't disappointed in it. It was a good film, and I've got to admit, it was a good film. I enjoyed it from start to finish. But compared to the first two... I mean, the action sequences themselves, absolutely brilliant. Well, yeah, Halle Berry. I mean, yeah. And she was looking well.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Well...
She had two lovely dogs. Whoa. She did.
Swordfish. That's all I'm saying, swordfish.
Oh, right. I haven't watched Swordfish in years. I used to like that.
I wonder why. I've never wanted to be a tanning shield. So but anyway, it brings me on to my bit. And this is something I spotted the other day. And I was quite surprised at the outrage that this little bit of news has caused, even. The debate was started by an interview with Norman Lear in Variety. Now, for those that aren't aware of the name, Norman Lear was the producer of The Princess Bride.
Okay. I didn't know that.
He claims very famous people whose name I won't use want to remake The Princess Bride. This sent Twitter into a storm. Absolute storm, to the point where this is actually, because I forgot to bookmark where the feed was, I've actually gone onto the BBC and there it is. Literally within hours of that being published, you've got memes, you've got GIFs, all using quotes from the film, which is fab. So I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard even Sigourney Weaver gets involved, because for those that aren't aware, she's actually married to the guy that played Prince Humperdinck. The man with 6 fingers. Sorry, no, the guy who had 6 fingers. That killed Montoya's father.
Okay. You're talking about a film that I have never seen.
You've never seen The Princess Bride?
No.
Oh, me and you were watching that.
Right.
Think fairy tale.
Okay.
It's a very simple story, yeah? A farm boy goes off to sea, yeah? And his love gets kidnapped by a prince who happens to see a beautiful face and decides he's having some of that, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
He arranges a marriage, then has his would-be bride kidnapped. Farm boy comes back from the sea as a dread pirate Roberts, and it all goes on from there. And it is an absolutely fantastic fairy story. It's got some of the best throwaway one-liners you will ever hear. Billy Crystal, Andre the Giant. Who else is in there? Carrie Elves, who plays Dread Pirate Roberts. And even he's chipped into this argument, saying there's a shortage of perfect movies in the world. It would be a pity to damage this one, which refers to a scene in the film where the princess of the title is about to try and kill herself. And his line is, there is a shortage of perfect breasts in the world. It would be a shame to damage that one.
No, I've never seen it.
Absolutely brilliant. Mel Smith just really is. Switch your brain off. Oh, God. Late 80s, early 90s, I think. 87. Sorry. 1987.
All right.
So we'd have been, what, 17?
87? I was 16.
Oh, I was 17 then.
I was 16. 87, I left school. So there's no spaceships, no aliens or all like that?
Yeah. Peter Falk's in there. Oh, Zan doesn't fancy it. It's it really is a brilliant film.
It sounds like a chick flick to me.
No, there's something in it for the parents and there's something in it for the kids.
Oh, is it an animation? Like?
No, it's live action. Absolutely brilliant. It really is.
Sounds a bit of a girly film to me.
No, I don't. No, if anything, it's a cult one. I think it's a cult one from our generation. It's definitely one I sort of enjoyed pre-isolate to, shall we say.
Right, it's one. I'm always open to new things.
You would enjoy it, mate.
The Princess Bride.
Really The Princess Bride. Peter Falk, Fred Savage.
I'll probably have it on Amazon or something.
I believe it is on Amazon because I watched it not so long back on there. It's very, very good.
It's very good. He's definitely not a chick flick then.
No.
So,
no.
He's probably the title of it, Princess Bride. You saw like, yeah, chick flick.
It's no Priscilla Queen in the Desert, trust me.
I have seen that one.
Oh, there you are. Oh, why you just shot me, Rachel? I think you just shot BFG. Yes, he did. Not girly. The fight scenes are as funny as hell, though. Yes, they are. Especially the bit where the giant gets told to clobber the Dread Pirate Roberts, and the scene with the poison.
Right, Chuck Meister has got 3 copies of it.
Oh, what a film!
And the bits on the 25th anniversary one is well.
The bits weren't bad in the original release.
Saying that, you're on about weird things. I've been buying vinyl. I bought vinyl again. Bought more vinyl. Might as well show you. I buy vinyl. Yes, spent some money. I bought Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah, we can get you pills for that. Oh, what an album.
And Peter Gabriel. There you go. Just thought I'd let you all know that. Useless information.
The Cell album's just worth it for Red Rain.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song. And Sledgehammer. Can't beat Sledgehammer.
Never got on with Sledgehammer.
Oh, I love Sledgehammer. See, that was when Peter Gabriel was seriously into his Fairlight computer.
Yeah. I keep on forgetting you're an audiophile.
It sounds dodgy as hell, that, doesn't it? He's an audiophile.
There'll be gangs of geezers in tracksuits roaming the streets. We believe you've been balancing turntables.
Well, our HMVs, as everyone know, HMV shut down, then reopened up again for the second time. And our HMVs moved from, originally it was in the Frenchgate Centre, and it's moved back to where it originally was. But they are heavily, heavily doing vinyl.
I'm glad you told me that, because I'd have been looking at Frenchgate.
They are, I mean, seriously. I mean, these were, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not cheap, but they was doing an offer for 2 for £25, so I thought...
DL. Honestly, I think I only paid a couple of quid for my first vinyl LP, which was madness, absolutely.
There you go, Grumpy. Pay for these LPs these days. LPs normally round about, well, I'll tell you the exact price. This originally would have been $14.99 on its own. But most albums nowadays are about 20 quid on vinyl.
Jesus.
New releases.
But if anybody is looking, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I sort of fell out of love with music for a while.
Yeah, so did I.
You know, you get dragged into the computer world and you're doing this and doing that, and I did a lot of gaming. And I decided to treat myself, and I coughed up for the Amazon Music. Well worth it.
Well, we just got, literally just got one of them Alexa things, Echo. Absolutely brilliant, because I've already been a member of Prime for ages because of a telly side of it, you know, films and that lot. So I never really did much with the music, but since we've got the Alexa thingamajig, God blooming heck, we've been playing all sorts on it. But I still like the vinyl. It's
a crackle. You get such a lovely rich sound off LPs. But I mean, as far as the Amazon thing goes, we had such a giggle on Friday checking out what it actually did have and what it didn't have. Because Mark's Alexa's, what's it called?
Alexa. Well, it's the actual thing's an Echo. Amazon Echo.
The Echo isn't limited to programmed to sort of you individually. So if anybody in the room says Alexa, well, we had such a giggle, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. How to bury a dead body.
Calling the police would be a better idea, I think was the answer. There was all the Liam Gallagher stuff as well, because Amazon are obviously must be heavily involved in the release of the new album. So if you ask Alexa who Noel Gallagher is,
yeah, that's bad, that.
It turns around and says, Noel's told me to tell you he's a living deity. The king of the king of the UK and future Prime Minister, something like that. King of the North, that was it, future Prime Minister.
Oh, Bill's going to get the Gary Newman special edition. I'm hoping to get the Abbey Road special edition. Ooh. I'm just saving that up. Yeah, it's £100 and odd. You get the album, you get it's obviously the 180 gram album, you get the remastered one, you get the Blu-ray, which is the surround sound quadraphonic. You also get the 2 CDs as well with all the outtakes and that lot. Plus the booklet and that lot. Yeah, well, they've been doing it ever since, early back, special editions. of the albums. They did it with Sergeant Pepper and all that lot. So yeah, but Abbey Road is my ultimate Beatles album. I just absolutely love that one to pieces. So yes, I'll be getting that.
So to answer Tetley's question, bit of Whitesnake, but
never a big
I
fan.
do like.
I was never a big fan. I don't mind. Don't get me wrong. I've got a couple of albums. I mean, literal vinyl albums of Whitesnake, especially early stuff. But when it sort of like got to the big hair stuff, I kind of was not really into that.
I like a mix of both, the big hair and the earlier stuff. I mean, Slide It In's one of my particular favourite tracks. I was always more Electric Boys. Warrant, Vane.
Yeah, I was
Bad
mad.
English.
Tiger Tails, Poison.
No.
Yes.
Not too much on the Poison.
Yeah, I like
Tiger
Poison.
Tails, yeah.
Tiger Tails, love Tiger Tails. Proper Welsh band that was. Proper Welsh. They was from the valleys.
Skid Row's first album.
Oh yeah.
Always got time for that.
Always. Definitely. Then Rat, Choir Boys, Black Crows. Yeah. Going for a while there.
Oh, and Maiden. Yes,
oh, yeah.
Definitely Maiden.
Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica.
Just finished the autobiography of Bruce Dickinson on Audible. Absolutely brilliant.
Where are you up to now? Where he's learning how to fly his Boeing?
Pretty much nearly finished it. Got past Eddie Force 1. Just up to the bit where he rejoins Maiden. So, yeah, pretty close to the end of the story, really, but absolutely enraptured.
So how come he left Iron Maiden? Because he did the Tattoo Millionaire, didn't he?
Yeah, well, he was asked to do a movie soundtrack. So they did. That was what was released as Bring Your Daughter. It was originally written for Nightmare on Elm Street 5.
All right, because that was an Iron Maiden album, though. That was The Undying.
Oh yeah, it was released on a Maiden album, but
that was back 1990. That
92, I think it was. But the record company really liked that track, so they sort of said, "Look, within the contract was a clause that any member of Iron Maiden could make a solo album." So Bruce cashed in his solo album, and they got together for a couple of weeks and banged some stuff together, and out appeared Tattooed Millionaire. And like he said, everybody thinks it was a serious attempt at a solo album. It wasn't. It was a giggle. He was that dischuffed with the way that Iron Maiden was going. He was very, very... He just felt they were selling out. You know, and it did sound like it got quite bitter.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't say so, but that's what it feels like. And there's little jibes in there. I mean, especially when you go to, I think it was his third album. Hold on. Balls to Picasso was the second. That was a follow-up to Tattooed. I'm trying to think what the third album... It might have been the fourth. But anyway, there was... the cover of the album was a sort of metalized Punch and Judy. And the name of the Punch character was Edison. Well, of course, Iron Maiden's management took great exception to this because they were saying it's Eddie's son.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it was all right. But the autobiography, especially seeing as Bruce Dickinson's actually reading it.
Zan's asking where can he get it from?
Any good bookshop, but it's definitely available on Audible. That's where I got it from because I'm signed up for that as well, so I get so many tokens a month. You know, get a free token. You pay them a set price, and then you can have whatever book you want with that token. It's great.
I wouldn't mind actually listening to that. Is he reading it?
Oh yeah,
Bruce is reading it. Oh, that's even
Bruce
better.
is
Isn't
reading it.
Mm.
I mean, what horrified me was the boy grew up in Manton,
Mm.
lived with his grandparents in Manton.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I knew he was from Worksop.
I didn't.
Did you know he was from Worksop?
No,
Yeah.
you're on the floor a
Yeah,
minute,
you're
mate.
around corner from us. Oh.
God.
Yeah, from Manton.
We're quite a prolific little part of the country for rock, aren't we?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I kind of, I've got to admit, I kind of lost interest with Iron Maiden just prior to that. When actually Tattoo Millionaire came out, I stopped following Iron Maiden roughly about then. Because I was a big fan of Iron Maiden as a young lad. Especially Number of the Beast. Number of the Beast. Oh, I played that album so much. It was unreal when that came out. What was that, 82, 83, somewhere around there. Honestly, I love that. But as Iron Maiden, yeah, they came, so like every album, oh yeah, it's kind of the same as before. So yeah, I kind of fell out of love with Iron Maiden.
I think Seventh Son was the last
Seventh
real standout album.
Yeah.
I mean, Peace of Mind's always my personal favourite.
Yeah, I like Peace of Mind, yeah.
I love Peace of Mind. And if it's single tracks, Phantom of the Opera. But the Bruce Dickinson version, not the it is Paul Delgado, isn't it?
Do you know something? I can't remember his name. I think so, yeah. I know that he did a concert in Doncaster about 5 years ago.
You mean he's not dead?
He's not dead, no.
He's another one that's had more than half a Peru up his nose. Gordon Bennett. I mean, when you listen to the vocals on Iron Maiden. Sorry, no, Killers, isn't it? That was his last one.
Yeah, Killers.
Compare Killers to Number of the Beast. And vocally, Bruce Dickinson pees all over him. Yeah. I mean,
I just love Number of the Beast. I absolutely love that album.
There you are. Bill Richards roaded the Peace of Mind tour.
Nice one.
We have rock royalty in the building. So, if of that era, yeah, what would you, other than Iron Maiden albums, give me another absolutely seminal album?
What, from the 80s or?
Yeah, the 80s rock, the new wave of British heavy metal.
Oh, blooming heck, for me. I think one of the biggest ones that stands out for me is Metallica's Black.
Oh, Black Album, yes.
I mean, that really does stand out. That is one amazing album. And I don't think they've ever beat it since. I mean, they brought out some good albums since then, but I think that was their pinnacle album.
I think if I was going to go with the new wave of British heavy metal stuff, Saxon's Wheels of Steel.
Yeah, I used to like that one.
That was an album that sort of grabbed me.
I think albums that really, not exactly, Metallica Black Album, definitely, that really did grab me. Dan Reed Network, their album, grabbed me. I'm talking about that era. You might not like it.
I know, but Dan Reed Network.
Yeah, I like Dan Reed Network. I'm on about in that era. Who else was it? Marillion, Clutching at Straws.
Good album.
That was absolutely brilliant album.
I would still say Script for a Jester's Tear or Fugazi are better. But...
Def Leppard, Hysteria.
Yeah, radio pop at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely mainstream rock. Oh, yeah. You've got to include Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Yeah.
Even though I prefer Lies.
I'd go with that, but when they first came out, Guns N' Roses were so different.
Yeah.
It was almost like it just rebooted it all, didn't it?
Well, I heard Guns N' Roses when they bought Live Like a Suicide. I haven't got it anymore. I used to have the Live Like a Suicide EP. Now, if any of you have got During Our Lives, the album, well, actually, it's not a real album, that. It's 2 EPs put together. You've got Live Like a Suicide on one side and During Our Lives on the other side. Well, I had the original Live Like a Suicide on EP. Those are the days.
Dio's work.
Yeah.
Dio from Labworks. We've got Judas Priest Turbo, another cracker.
Back to Black, can't beat that album. That's awesome.
Back in Black, yeah. Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon, another good one. Ingy Malmsteen, Magnum Opus.
Wow.
Now there's an album I haven't heard in a while.
I know.
You know, and I've just thought, if I was going to say what my favourite album was, Earth versus the Wild Arts.
Okay.
Sorry, not Earth versus the Wild Arts. Yeah, Earth versus the Wild Arts. Absolutely brilliant. It's the one with Ginger on the cover with the slug on his face. But that had once Choir Boys, he'd split ways with the Choir Boys. I mean, I love the Choir Boys, don't get me wrong, they were fantastic. But the Wild Arts, that just spoke. Yeah.
Now, you're talking about Queen, Gav. My favourite Queen albums are A Kind of Magic, Miracle, and Innuendo. I love them 3 albums.
When did Appetite come out? Good question.
Appetite came out in 87, 86, 87, somewhere around there.
Hold on. We've got to check this now as we have to be factually correct.
I'm sure it was about 86, 87.
Helps if I type it correctly. Ding. Appetite for Destruction. July 21st, 1987. That was its first release. So that'd be US, wouldn't it? So it hit the UK August, September. Fair point. Dio was a hell of a frontman.
And in fact, I've still got my original Guns N' Roses Appetite for Destruction, which has got the proper cover on it.
Oh, the monster leaping over the fence.
Yes, I've got the proper
lady
cover.
in distress.
And my During Our Lives has the proper page 3 girl on it as well, without the blanked out bits.
Boobies. Oh, Gordon Bennett. 6 more minutes before they beat Man U. Does that mean the game's not started yet, or that's final whistle for West Ham? If West Ham beat Man U, all hell will be breaking loose.
And my dad will be upset because he's a Man U fan.
Well, I'm thinking the bookies will be upset and all.
2-0, game over. There you go.
Trying to think where. Now, Dave Lee Ross, whatever happened to him?
Dave Lee Roth. Yeah. Another weird guy.
Now, I went to one of his gigs at Whitley Bay when he was touring with Little Ain't Enough. Mr. Big with the support. So
Mr. Big.
That dates me.
I used to like them guys from Scarborough. What were they called now? Little Angels?
Yep.
They were good.
Now, do you remember Romeo's Daughter?
No.
Cry Myself to Sleep at Night. Matt Lang's. Remember Matt Lang, the producer?
Yeah.
Mutt Lang? Yeah. It was his wife, lead singer.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Watched them and the Wild Arts at Middlesbrough Town Hall. What would that be, 92?
Yeah, must be.
I used to love Middlesbrough Town Hall. It had this sort of dank cellar. Tiny place it was. But you got the right band in there and it absolutely rocked.
Another band I used to really like was Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Backstreet Symphony album. That were an awesome album, that.
They played 95% of that when they were supporting Aerosmith. Saw them at the NEC. Absolutely brilliant it was.
Tom's a big
Oh,
Queen fan. So's my wife. She's a mega Queen fan. Absolutely loves him to pieces.
oh, Gav likes Motley Crue.
Yeah, can't beat Motley Crue. You don't like Motley Crue? I used to love them.
Some of it's good.
Yeah, I mean, not
Some of
all
it's
of it
good.
is, but some of it's good.
See, I was always a big Mike Monroe fan, so Motley Crue was always a bit of a. Mm,
Mm.
mm.
See, I was a crossover because at that time, even though I was into me rock stuff, I was also into me sort of like me goth stuff. So I was still listening to
Ditto.
Nephilim
Sisters.
and Sisters and all them lot. But I was
Yeah.
also listening to people like The Cure, Susie and the Banshees, and all that kind of stuff as well. And me Depeche Mode and all that kind of. So I was I was never in. I was like a
One
wobbly
camp.
line. I was never in one camp at one time.
Man of War. God, they were Steel Panther before Steel Panther existed. Man of
Yeah.
War. They were the ultimate hard man heavy metal image, weren't they?
I
If I
used to
remember
like
correctly.
Bronxky Beat. Communards weren't too bad, but I did like Bronxky Beat. I've still got
Hmm.
my original white label Small Town Boy.
Do you know how many years it took me to work out what that song was about?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was an innocent child.
Yeah, it's a good song. That I liked a lot of they classed it as so like high energy electro. It was
Mm.
European high energy type stuff. Yeah, I didn't mind some of that stuff.
See, now Frank's just thrown a name into the pot. Kiss.
Never a fan.
Really?
Yeah, really. This don't get me wrong. I've got like a collected greatest hits of theirs,
Mm.
and I've got the near enough all their albums on MP3. But it's so like I like that song. I like that. I've never been one big album of theirs.
No, no, I must admit, there's certain standout tracks. I mean, Tears Are Falling, for me, I love that. Um, but it's like that with the Offspring for me. You
Mm.
know, just I loved Smash. The rest of them, even Americana, sort of, yeah.
I'm doing all right, Bronco. Thank you.
But it's got more cherry picking tracks now. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's weird because 90s, I mean, I was starting to branch out into stuff like Counting Crows.
Oh, you can't beat a bit of Counting Crows. Went to see them live.
Kid. I
Yeah.
wanted. It's strange how similar our music tastes are.
It's frightening. This is the whole reason why we're doing this in the first place, because you came to our house and we was sat talking and we was talking like we are now, and Jan turned around and said, "You two ought to do a show."
So you can blame Jam.
Yeah. And talking about Freddie, yes, my wife roared her eyes out when poor Freddie passed away.
Mm.
And I'll tell you something, and this is gospel truth. We went to see Queen, the film, and it starts up, and I've got tears in my eyes already. And I turn around to my wife, and I says, "The thing is, though, I says I know ending."
He dies. Oh,
I love Queen, absolutely love Queen to pieces. But, and I will say, but, Queen's album wise, very sketchy for me, especially the early albums. Don't get me wrong, Date the Races and Live at the Opera, love them two albums. But the rest of them, so like Hot Space and things like that, I did not like.
I like News of the World.
News of the World wasn't too bad, but there was I think the greatest hits from that era is the best album.
Mm.
I preferred Queen after Live Aid. Don't know why. I do love Bohemian Rhapsody and all them Latin Fat Bottom Girls, One of my favourites of Queen's is Loverboy. I think that's ace, that song.
Jam. Good choice. Good choice.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Why?
I cannot stand Jam. Fucking... Oh, Paul fucking Weller. I can't stand that twat.
Calm yourself.
No, do not like him. Cannot stand him. I have got a venom of hate of his. But I will give a tiny little. Stanley Road was an absolute brilliant album.
True.
But no, I don't like Paul Weller.
Oh,
So
well,
I just want to get a pair of shears and sort his hair out. I really do. It's so like, sort your hair out, dude.
Don't.
Oh yes, Queen the movie was absolutely amazing. Bohemian Rhapsody.
You ain't kidding.
No, I never. So you like the Jam?
I like, not so much at the time. It's more a sort of retrospective.
And there's another one, Horsham. The Who. The Who wind me up. Something rotten. The Who. Right. Hang on a minute. Look at the Who history. It's so like, how are we going to follow mainstream or what? They start off being a mod band. Well, you go and think about in the 60s. Who was against each other? You was either a mod or you was a rocker. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through 60s. Oh no, we're not going to be mods. We're going to be rockers now. Make your mind up. Which side of the fence are you going to lay on? And then also, if you listen to a Who song, right? Perfect example. Boy with Blue Eyes.
Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah? Halfway through the song, they get bored and they sing another song and they go back to it. And they do that all the time, The Who. They're terrible for it. It's halfway through the song, they think, oh, we're bored of singing this one. We'll sing something else and then put it back together. Oh, they wind me up. But Who's Who is my favourite album.
Right. Do you remember a band called Heart?
I certainly do.
You tell him, Grumpy. How dare you, peasant?
What was that?
Grumpy's comment. How dare you, peasant? Oh.
Yes, I did like Black Sabbath as well.
Oh, Sabbath. Yeah, definitely. No, I mean, Heart for me started mid-80s with No Limits on BBC Two.
Okay.
If you remember that youth programme. They were the ones that sort of introduced Belinda Carlisle to the UK charts.
Well, wasn't Belinda Carlisle in what band was she?
She was in the Go-Go's.
Yeah, was her.
But I'd never heard of the Go-Go's at sort of 15. If I had, I probably wouldn't have gone out as much.
They were a punky little band, weren't they?
Well, it was weird because I never realised how far back they actually went. Because, I mean, there was way more stuff back in the day. You know, I mean, 75 was Dreamboat Annie.
Because they was sort of like, kind of a bit like, what they called, they did the Cherry Bomb with Lita Ford and them lot. What were they called?
L7?
No, going back.
Runaways.
Runaways, yeah. There was very similarly kind like that type of band.
Oh, plenty of her. I must admit, absolutely loved the album. And then I made the mistake of buying Bad Animals, the follow-up, and put me right off.
The Wilson sisters.
Yeah, that's Heart. Nancy Wilson solo in 94, 95. Awesome.
But I always thought they Heart was more like a Fleetwood Mac kind of band, weren't they? They were more rockier at the beginning and then they sort of like mellowed out a bit.
Yeah, I think Heart Heart was probably the sort of power ballad.
Yeah, because
It was the right album for the time. But he was doing the power ballad bit, like Whitesnake, Here I Go Again and all the rest of it.
yeah, like them power ballads. Yeah.
Do like a nice power ballad. you know, I mean, I'm jealous because, obviously Frank's seen her live. I would have loved to have seen them live. But the one person I would have killed to see live? Janis Joplin.
Oh God, yeah.
And if not Janis Joplin, I would have killed to see Mama Cass.
Yeah, oh, Mama Cass. What a voice.
Oh, too right.
Oh God.
Boston. There's a band we've not mentioned.
No, I was never a big fan. Don't get me wrong. Sort of like the Greatest Hits, and that's about it. It's same in other band, Bread.
Yeah.
That was no, not Bread. The band.
Yeah, it was Bread.
No, the band. Was called The Band.
The band. And
You've never heard of The Band?
is that Clapton?
No.
Hold on. Let's have a look. The band.
Yeah, Bridge is a great album.
Rick Danko, Garth Hudson, Richard Manuel, Robbie Robertson, Lee Von Helm. No, I've never heard of the band. But Rush as well. Always
Rush.
enjoyed a bit of Rush.
See, I was never a fan of Rush either. His voice wound me up. He was just a grating noise.
But it's an interesting one, this, because what I used to play a lot of D&D, hell of a lot of D&D, yeah. And there was a guy at the club, Tom, bless him, and he's still about, I think. And he used to be into Napoleonic reenactment as well.
Can
So
I
went,
just hold you 1 second? Ebby, love you to pieces. Jethro Tull. I love Tull.
I was just going to bring them into this story. We did. He took me to a reenactment camp, yeah, and I ended up being on the artillery crew. They let me loose with a cannon. It was awesome. So they've got a proper charge of gunpowder, yeah, sawdust in the front, powder in the back, and I was the wormer. So basically, I had to stick the pole into the cannon. It's got a metal screw on one end and a tamp on the other. So you worm the barrel, pull out all the old charge, hopefully getting rid of all the embers, and then you tamp down the new charge. And if you don't get all those embers out, guess what's going?
I don't know, but what you've just described, I bet Jake's near enough going to explode in a minute. You've explained all that.
We did a weekend down in Falmouth, so the drive down was a long one. And Tom was old school rocker, yeah? But on the stereo, we'd got Aqualung, what an album. Thick as a Brick, and Broadsword and the Beast. Rick Wakeman, Music of the Spheres.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd got Rush, 2120. That was a weekend of awesome music. I'd not heard any of these albums. So to discover them for the first time whilst being let loose with a piece of large artillery.
See, I used to like listening, sort of like Pink Floyd,
Yep.
Jethro Tull, even Kilroy. Can you remember Kilroy? Oh yeah, that was a right band. Very psychedelic. 13th Floor Elevator. Oh yeah, serious psychedelia. And then obviously you got to have Jim Morrison with the Doors.
Oh God, yeah. The Crystal Ship, always going to be my favourite Doors track. Love that track. Sorry, we've gone all music-y.
There's no wrong with that.
Rusty Nuts. Oh, Dumpies. Their bit about the wank sandwich, you'll never beat it. Highway to Hell with a Bazooka. Not far off.
Not far away. I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Excuse me, sorry. Sorry for people with headphones. Oh, by all accounts, we're on the big screen as well.
Cheers, Ben. For those about to rock. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
With the Canon, yes. But it was, that was, for a teenage lad that's never really sort of been away from the Retford area, to suddenly find yourself down in that part of the world, let loose with large artillery, a group of people of a similar mindset and musical taste, all sat round the campfire, a lot of them still dressed in absolutely spot-on period uniform. And you've just cooked dinner in a large pot over the fire. It was awesome. It really was. We had such a giggle. See, a story from the diary of BFG that's never been aired before.
Yeah, there you go. I bet that were awesome, that.
It was a bloody loud 2 hours.
I bet.
No headgear or anything. When that cannon went off, you were stood next to it.
Oh,
and you didn't want to be stood behind it, because if you got the charge wrong, it used to make the Orgasmatron jump back. That was the name of the cannon, by the way, Orgasmatron.
Moonlight Shadow, Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. Can't beat that.
Doors, God. Sounds like how I felt firing an AK-47 for the first time. Total testosterone rush. Oh God, yeah, of course, Frank. They can play with such toys.
What do I think? Tom? Brilliant, absolutely amazing.
Tom, if you like Joe Bonamassa, there was an offer on about 2 months ago. He's released an album.
Yeah.
And he was doing it free.
Yeah, he did it free.
All you did was just have to sign up. Well worth getting hold of, mate. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm trying to think what it was called.
I can't think. I've got it on my file on my computer somewhere.
I know I sent you the link, didn't I? Yeah. Trick or Treat. Oh.
Booming heck.
I loved that. And Crossroads.
Yeah.
Oh, the guitar battle at the end.
Crossroads, you can't beat that. You can't beat that, Phil. Oh, Jack White. Yeah, don't get me started with Jack White. I love Jack White. Well, not personally love him, but...
Singing Script for Jesters. Yeah, well, to be fair, Script for Jesters is quite a folky song, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
It wouldn't be a million miles out of place, Not that I could ever see Mike What's-His-Face ever singing it, but...
Still is, though. Well,
Jack
dude.
White, I'd go with that, Frank. Jack White is awesome.
He is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love Jack White. I wish they'd reform White Stripes. I really do. I really wish they would. I do miss the White Stripes.
You know what we haven't done?
What?
Giveaway.
No, the giveaway is going to be later on today. I'm going to do a private vlog.
Oh, right. Make sure you're watching later.
Yeah, I was going to do a little... After when we've finished here, because it says 4 o'clock now.
Yeah, and I've got some reports to finish.
Yeah, I'm going to be sat here, just to let you all know, I've come up with a few milestones over the last month or so, I'm going to do a vlog in a bit. I'm going to do a giveaway, just to give you a hint. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, there it is. That's the big box giveaway, just there. Just there. But you'll have to watch the vlog to know more about that.
You will. But let me just say, there's some exclusive stuff in there that one just can't buy.
Oh, yes. There's some stuff. Private blog. Oh, I say. It's not private. Everyone will be able to watch it. Yes, I'm going to be doing that literally in about 20 minutes' time. I'll be recording that.
Bad man.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I think I've done well that I've not had to go to the toilet.
You have, dear boy, you have. Blimey. Saw him in the Netherlands when he was very young, played for 40 people. Intimate.
Nice. He'd like to do a lot of... Jack White used to like to do a lot of intimate gigs. And he used to do random ones where it was so like 24 hours before you knew. And he'd post it up, and then obviously he'd just go off and do a gig. He used to do a lot, especially in America, he used to do that a lot.
Focus says, can he X one now? He's watching the NFL later.
All will be revealed shortly this evening.
Da 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 da.
Da.
Da da da.
No, I've got a few people I want to thank, and I haven't done a vlog on channel for ages. In fact, I think the last vlog I did was me 2K giveaway.
Yes,
I don't normally do
one,
vlogs. I might think about doing vlogs. We'll see.
Right. Well, it's that time, dear boy, isn't it? As you try to wind us up. So thank you for joining us for this meander.
Yeah, laid back. This has been a really laid back show, this one. I've really enjoyed it.
Very chilled. I know we haven't talked much about the doom and gloom, but the doom and gloom's out there and it's jumping in your face. So thank you, Jake. I'll see you Thursday as well. The doom and gloom's going to be there no matter what, so we just let them chill.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, we are all serious about the doom and gloom that's going off, but there's only so much that we can put that's recycling what everybody else is putting. So we don't want it too serious on this show, do we?
Oh God, no, no. But if you haven't seen it already, please go and check out Vic's What's Up special. Very interesting topics of conversation if you've not already seen it. So you've got up and closes.
I'll be recording me up and closes. Hopefully that I'm going to be all right.
Cool.
I'm feeling okay so far. So I'll be doing my up and closes tomorrow after work, and then obviously I'll be bringing my reviews out Tuesday, Wednesday, and then obviously live show on Thursday with the home service. And then us back on Sunday again.
Yes, I do enjoy our Thursdays. We've got quite animated recently. Less. So, on that note, let us wind it.
Oh, let's wind it. Let me just fill this up. There you go. I've got to have a vape before we go. You can't not let me vape. There you go. And there you go. Right, let's wind this one up. Thank you for coming and watching us on a Sunday afternoon. Indeed. It's been absolutely awesome. Guys, it was absolutely a mega manic panic trying to get on because OBS was playing up seriously. I thought that the actual screen was going to drop out as well. We had a little bit of a problem with BFG freezing just prior to us going live, but it has run lovely. Guys in chat, thank you. I can't thank you enough for the actual comments and just the interaction. It's lovely. Steve, as always, mate, it's brilliant.
Thank you.
I'll let you close off and I will bring the credits up.
Massive thank you to everybody that joined us. Absolutely wonderful. Frank, try not to hate Voker. They started talking football teams. It was always going to get nasty. Yeah. Serious stuff like 2-0. Yeah, cheers for the football updates, Chuck. Right, on that, catch us Thursday. Catch Mark Tuesday, Wednesday with his reviews. And keep an eye out for the giveaway vlog. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.